it's your girl Mika, Mika Divine Spiritual Guidance. I hope all is well this beautiful Saturday morning. Keep in mind that time is fluid in tarot. So the messages I share in today's reading may resonate for your past, present, or future. Also, as I do the messages, the roles could be reversed. So take the messages that are for you and leave the rest. In today's reading, we'll be tapping into your current love situation, looking closely at you and your person, seeing what are their feelings, what are their intentions, and future actions towards you. All right, Scorpio, I've already blessed the deck. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and see what's going on surrounding you and this person in love. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Tell me a little bit about the situation surrounding Scorpio and the person that Scorpio's connected to in love and romance at this time. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Page of Wands in the reverse. And then we have the Nine of Pearls in the reverse. All right, Scorpio. Let me tell you, this is someone that's definitely been waiting. When I have the Three of Wands clarified by the Eight of Wands in the reverse, this is someone that's been waiting and waiting and waiting, waiting some more and waiting some more. It's like they're not taking any action. They're just standing back and hoping for the best. Let's see. Why isn't this person taking action? We have the Six of Wands and then we have the Eight of Pearls. You know, they're really working on building up their confidence. This is someone that needs time to really feel confident enough to approach you and say something to you. But this is someone that definitely wants to have success in this relationship. They do have a desire to be in your life. They love being around your energy. And I'm getting a sense of codependency from this person. This is not someone that typically can do very well on their own. They kind of need to have someone else in their space in order to thrive. So it looks like this is someone that's just waiting and hoping that you guys can work on it. Because remember, I talked about the codependency. Well, yeah, they're definitely feeling abandoned. Okay, they're abandoned. They're alone. Poor me. It's really giving like victim mentality, and they could also be experiencing some loss. Whatever you were providing in this relationship, they're not getting that anymore. So it makes it very, very hard for this person to feel stable and secure without you in their life. Now, the way you're feeling about this situation with the Page of Wands in the reverse to the Hermit in the reverse, you just don't want to take action. You just want time alone. This is the energy of you just withdrawing yourself from the situation. And it has a lot to do with um, you have love for this person, right? But you also demand respect. And loving this person at this time is way too much of a risk. You don't trust this person with your heart. You feel like whatever you've seen or studied or learned thus far is enough. You've had it. And it would be almost a sense very reckless or foolish for you to go and chase this person. So you didn't. You stood back and you like, hey, if that's what they want, let them have it. If they not gonna come to see about Scorpio, bye-bye. I totally get the energy, Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio rising. It's like, listen, we not chasing. If you want to act wrong, then that's what it is. If anything, you've been on a journey. You definitely been on a journey. And this journey alone has had you really think about how toxic this relationship probably was. And it's causing you to go through this transformation to break free and getting balance and peace and groundedness back into your energy. You feel if this person can't get their act together, if they can't give me the type of love and experience that I know I deserve, I can't continue to be a part of the very thing that I love that's hurting me. As toxic as this connection was, as strong and addictive you may have felt to this connection, it's not enough to sustain the torture that you went through. You had to break free and get your energy grounded and balanced. And based on this person's actions and behavior, it's a lot of truth and clarity now that you're getting about what you were dealing with since you've isolated and spent time alone. You're now realizing the truth. So if you've ever wondered, like, am I crazy? Did I make a bad choice? Spirit is here to tell you, like, it was all destined for you to learn the spiritual lesson and all this. This was a karmic. This was not your person. It may have felt that way. It may have felt that way. But with the lovers, you see the serpent right there surrounding that person. And in the traditional Rider Waite tarot deck, you see two lovers, right? Standing side by side. And then there's a snake that surrounds these lovers because and chains that surround these lovers because they're very much locked in, being held captive by the seduction, by the lust, by the promises. And this is where you realize, like, it's so painful for me to go back and be hurt again. It's so painful to risk it all and be brought down even further. I just got to pull back and I have to let this person show up for me, but they just never came back. They just stood back. And the reason why they stood back is because of fear. So it feels more so like a stalemate situation. So back to your person with the nine of pearls in the reverse to the two of pearls in the reverse. This is someone that is definitely the type of individual who has a hard time truly creating, again, the sense of stability they need in their life to provide you much of anything. So you may have felt like in this relationship, you were getting the shorter end of the stick, where this person would take advantage of you. It wasn't balanced. It wasn't fair. And I think for you, it may had a lot to deal with, like, this person just always let other things get in the way of this relationship, and it created a lot of disharmony and imbalance. So, having this Four of Wands just was a hard thing for your person to create because they had so many obstacles. That's what I want to call it, like obstacles in the way that prevented them from just kind of letting this thing be smooth sailing and stable. And right now they still kind of feel that way. Like it's still kind of hard to create something here with you. Let's see why. Why the two of pearls in reverse? Okay, seven of swords. Yep, seven of swords in the reverse. That's what I'm talking about. It's like they played themselves. They created their own misfortune by bad choices, bad decisions, bad behavior. They realize this, but it's still no action of change. But they do recognize the error of their ways. And for you, with the Queen of Swords, like you're putting your guard up. You're standing very firm in your standards and your beliefs. You don't feel too confident if you were to accept this person's apology that it would change. You're expecting this person to reach out, Scorpio. A lot of you guys kind of know this person's going to reach out. And in your mind, you've already kind of decided like, if I take this person back and I accept their apology, it's going to be another karmic cycle with the wheel of fortune in reverse. Here we go again, going through that same toxic cycle. Okay. So let's look further at your person. Let's look at their true feelings, their intentions, and future actions more deeply. And let's see, is there any change? Is it all in your mind? Do they have any desire to really work on this? Show growth in the relationship, show stability, any of that. Let's hope, right? In the meantime, if you guys can, go ahead and hit the like button, show your girls some love. I would really appreciate it, Scorpio. Let's see. Spirit, tell me a little bit about Scorpio. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs person on their mind, the person that is in this reading. How do they truly feel about Scorpio? How does this person truly feel about Scorpio? Okay, King of Swords in the reverse. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, King of Swords in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, okay. Scorpio, you may be on to something about how risky it would be to go towards someone like this because they're coming across very deceptive, very well calculated. This is someone that's thinking about coming in to emotionally manipulate you, get in your head to get you to drop your guard. This person knows you have feelings for them. And so they think that they can come in with some type of manipulative tactic, saying the right words, then they definitely can make things right. But it has to be at the right time. It has to be very well calculated before they come and approach you with this Knight of Wands energy. Yeah. Because they already know with the Judgment card, like the truth of the matter is they know that you're upset. They know that you're disappointed in their behavior and their actions and the ways they've shown up thus far. So, with the Eight of Wands in the reverse, this is someone that is definitely stalling, but this is definitely somebody that definitely wants to come back. Okay, they do. It's just, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Let me look further into this King of Swords in reverse. What is this? Why does this person feel like they need to come in with some type of deceptive, slick strategy? Why do they feel like that's necessary? Okay, Five of Cups in the reverse and Five of Wands. Ooh, boy. Okay. This person's very upset at you that you left them. I'm getting someone that's blaming you. Yeah, it's your fault, Scorpio. It's your fault that this didn't work out. You're creating all this tension, conflict. You never showed up for me. You never came in to support this relationship when things got difficult. You just left me. You just left me alone. You abandoned me. And this person's pissed off about that. Like they're salty about that. So in their defense, that's fine. If I go towards Scorpio, I got something for them. Oh, is that right? Okay. Yeah. They're gonna come back. Eight of Cups in the reverse. Give it another shot. But with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, they're not coming in with the right type of energy. You would think somebody would come in with the energy of, let's try to make this work. Let's try to figure it out. Let's try to work on this relationship to see if we can fix things. That's what a normal person does. But this person is coming from like an angle of a get back, like a get back scheme. Like you did this to me, so I'm about to get back at you. Yeah, because of selfish reasons. And if they come back to you, I think it's because they enjoy what you provided them, the experience. I talked a lot about how this person could be struggling. And there's a sense of, if I'm with Scorpio, there's so much gain that I can gain, so much burdens that can be taken away out of my life. For some of you, it gives them a sense of stability. You provide them something very valuable that they can't get anywhere else, even if they've tried to go out and seek it. And you would think, if that's the case, well, they should come in and give you respect, right? But this person is so bitter. I'm getting a very bitter energy that they want to just kind of like get back at you in some type of way. So, what do they intend to do? Let's see what they intend to do. Eight of Pearls and the World. Okay. They're trying their best to kind of like work on seeing it from your perspective, but it's kind of hard for this person to do that because they're so wound up in the toxic aspect of things with the King of Cups in the reverse, of being bitter, angry, upset, with how this relationship has transpired thus far, that underneath it all, they're full of a lot of drama. So on the surface, like, it's like this subconscious mind is telling this person, yeah, you still need to get Scorpio back though. Forget all that. Even though you want to look up for what Scorpio's perspective and what they were saying, how dare Scorpio do this to you? It's like the the evil angel and the good angel, one on one shoulder, one on the other. This feels like somebody that's, yeah, it keeps coming out. The King of Cups in reverse. It just is full of a lot of drama. Full up a lot of drama. But they can't get you off their mind. Six of Cups. They can't get you off their mind. A lot of memories you guys share that they really want to relive that. Like I said, whatever you provided them in this relationship, they miss that deeply. And so this is a very complex individual, one that has many layers. It's not like they're straightforward. And for you, Scorpio, you may have had to really spend some time studying this person. Like, what is kind of mess is going on here? Because it's almost like they deep down, maybe subconsciously, you feel like there's this potential in this person to become a very positive person, something that can grow into a loving relationship. But then they do this crap, this childish crap, and it just makes it hard to deal with. Anywho, all right. What are they going to do next? What is their future actions? Five of Pearls and the Magician in reverse. So they're going to manipulate their way to get what they want. I mean, all the cards, it doesn't matter how I pull it. And typically, as a reader, when I keep getting cards or energies or downloads of the repeated energy, it's serving as a warning, like, hey, warning, like, warn Scorpio, do not take this person back. Of course, you have free will, But I'm just telling you, this person, if they come back, they're going to come back to manipulate and play games, y'all. Seven of Swords, deceit, deception. The Magician in reverse, deceit, deception. Some of you guys could be dealing with the narcissist. I hate to use that word, but when I keep getting like a lot of deceptive energies, especially back to back like that, their action is very deceptive. Tell me a little bit about that, Spirit. What is this deception? Three of Wands and the Devil. So this is their plan. Let me tell you their sick plan, their sick and twisted plan. On purpose, this person is holding back from you. So you haven't heard from this person, not because they don't care, not because they want you to get away, not because they out here finding other people better than you and all that jazz. No, this person on purpose intentionally is holding back so you can chase them. Yeah, they're holding back so you can chase them. So you can miss them more and hopefully drop your guard and become vulnerable one day. Remember, this is all about being strategic. It's all about what can I do to have the upper hand? And now that they feel they're starting to lose you a little bit, the last thing they want to do is move too quickly or move too swiftly. If they do that, then it can possibly repel you or push you further away. So first, because you are very much, a person that had real feelings and genuine love, you weren't in this to play games with this person, Scorpio. You actually love this person, and this person knows that. But this is someone that isn't in it out of love. They're in it out of personal gain. And because they've lost what you were providing, they're bitter. And so the get back game is I'm going to try to get Scorpio to drop their guard, have their temper tantrum, have their anger, have what a resentment, and then they'll come back. We're going to look at your side, Scorpio, in just a second to see if this is true. Does this person have you figured out? Are you going to go back and chase this person? Are you going to drop your guard? Are you going to fall for this game they're playing? We're going to see. We're going to see. I don't think it. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think their master plan is going to work. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Scorpio, you you 10 20 steps ahead of this person. I already know you are. So we're going to see though. We're going to see. Oh Lord. Spirit, tell me, how will a Scorpio know if this is their person? Y'all hit the like button, y'all. Like the video. Mika spilling the tea. This is foolishness, y'all. Come on. How will Scorpio know if this is their person? Four of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Four of Pearls, which is the Pentacles. Four of Pearls in the reverse, the Star, and then the Knight of Cups. Oh boy, you got you a smooth Casanova, right? Very possessive energy, this one here. Very possessive. They may have come across very charming, very loving. A lot of confidence on their behalf. A lot of confidence in what they can do to get you to drop your guard. With the Knight of Cups here, I feel like this is someone that has really good potential to be very kind and loving when they want to be. But I'm not getting like it being very consistent. Yeah, because they do this to everyone with Seven of Cups. This is also someone who could have had other options as well. Okay. That's how you know this is your reading. Like they were not doing this just to you, but this is their MO. They kind of do this to a lot of people. They're very skilled at this, by the way. Underneath the deck, 10 of Cups in the reverse. And then they just ruin the relationship. After a while, it just goes salty. It just creates disharmony, tension because of their manipulation tactics, and for some of you, cheating or keeping you in as an option. Yep. you could be dealing with. I have I got a lot of water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Let's see who else we have. We have Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Capricorn, and that's the main energies there. Yeah. All right, let's look at your side, Scorpio. Let's see. Let's see. How do you feel? How do you feel about this person? All right, Spirit, tell me a little bit about Scorpio. If Scorpio resonates with this reading, how does Scorpio truly feel about this person at this time? We have the Justice card, and we also have the Two of Pearls. This is not an easy choice to make, to not work on this, to hold back, to choose yourself over this relationship. But what I'm feeling for you, Scorpio, is someone that is making peace day by day with your decision. And how you're doing this is just working on yourself. You're just not motivated to work on this anymore. You're just focusing on yourself, drinking your water, minding your business. And many of you guys may actually be upset at this person that they tried to treat you like an option, or they made it so hard to fully invest in this relationship. That's what did it for you. You're like, I'm not going to be anybody's option. I'm not going to be just strung along in a relationship. You just don't want to feel like this person has a hard time figuring out what they want. You want this person to be very sincere, very consistent, very loyal, very real and raw. That's what you want. And what did it for you was you're tired of the toxicity too. You feel like this person's toxic, man. You feel like they're the devil himself. They have a lot of dark entities. Some of them may actually have addictions that they're battling. And you just like, it's time out on that, Mika. I can't do it anymore. Four of Swords. It's time to just take time to just chill out on this person. Take a break. It doesn't change the fact, like we talked about earlier, that deep down you really do still have love for this person. You do. But you also are very wise to the facts. And the facts are this person is incapable of giving you the type of relationship or experience that you so want in your love life. And that right there is enough. Scorpio, you're not going to be played around with. You're not going to be treated like a fool. Like if this person wants to go play, they can go play with in traffic, they can go play with their mama, but they're not going to play with you. Just saying. I'm just saying. All right, here we go. So, what do you intend to do next, Scorpio? Let's see. What do you intend to do next? Hey, George. Knight of Swords and the Star. So, you're going to go towards healing, peace, and the divine love that you deserve. That's what you're going to go towards. And that's going to require you to just withdraw your energy. 5 of Cups. Scorpio out. Scorpio out of this. That's what you intend to do. Bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, it's evident that this person has reached the end of the road. They've played too many games, they've done too much, all of that. And it's not worth it in the end for you to stay in this. And so you intend to just move forward. Move forward because you know the truth. Future actions for Scorpio spirit. 5 of Wands in the reverse and Page of Cups in the reverse. There's parts of you that kind of like after you've disconnected from this, you're going to have some doubts. You may even turn to checking in with Mika every now and then, right? Mika Divine Spiritual Guidance and getting some readings and, really just checking in to make sure and spying on this person and just kind of seeing like, did I make the right choice? Did I really do the right thing? Did I miss something? No, you didn't. You really didn't. With the 3 of Swords in the reverse, you know, eh, it's a part of the healing journey for you and recovering. Because this person did put 3 swords in your heart. They did hurt you. They did betray you. For some of you guys, this relationship could have ended due to a third party. It's very much possible. But one thing I will say, some of you guys will actually go off to attracting a new love offer. Yeah, you will. It's just going to be one of those like relationships, though, that you're going to have to be careful, Scorpio, that you're not putting too much value on the need to control the outcome and the need to go into it because of what you want to hold on to. And what you want to hold on to is that what if, um, what if this person does this? What if this person does that? So doubts and fears, don't let that get the best of you with this new love. I think that's the message that Spirit wants you to know if this new person shows up. Spirit, tell me some more advice for Scorpio moving forward. What else do they need to know? What else do they need to know? Space Babe say yes. New is all that matters at this point. Yep. All right, what else? All right, 7 of Swords and then the 8 of Swords in the reverse. Ooh. You got to get out of your head, Scorpio. Don't overthink it when it comes to this situation. Don't overthink it when it comes to this new situation. Spirit is saying get out of your head. Don't overthink it. Just allow yourself to surrender to this new version of yourself and this new life that's going to be coming into your life. I mean, you've reached the end. The death card is transformation. It is endings, right? But it's also transformations. And whenever there's an ending, there's a new beginning. And so as you venture into this new cycle in your life, allow yourself um, to honestly just let things flow naturally and think about yourself first. Think about yourself first. Don't allow yourself to give too much too soon. Think about what you want, what you need, but don't allow yourself, to become too overprotective and too guarded because that can be kind of a thing that can kind of hold you back from attracting new love. It can actually repel love, and that's not what you want to do. All right. I'm going to stop the reading here. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading, Scorpio. I see that we have a couple of questions in the chat. So Mr. Kush, I'm gonna just call you Kush. It says, we notice a lot of tarot readers have different reads and cards that makes us so confused sometimes. Okay. Well, if you're new to the world of tarot, let me say this. Tarot, there's a universal language that speaks to each of these different tarot cards. And then we also have what's called oracle cards. And oracle cards are a little bit different entity. But if you do study tarot and you study metaphysics and all those different things and spirituality and all that kind of stuff, you will realize that there's even a deeper meaning to the cards as well. And us as tarot readers, even though we understand the meaning of the cards, it's not really about the meaning of the cards per se. It's also about the combination of the cards, the type of questions we're asking, and also about the downloads, the intuitive downloads that we have coming through. So there's really kind of like a science behind it as well as knowledge, but also spirituality. It can get kind of complicated and it tends to be a lot of layers to it. So any of the tarot readers that come through and do readings for clients and things like that, you'll notice that we will maybe even have, for example, I have the devil card, which is the dreaded devil card in the upright. And the upright can speak of addictions, it can speak of restrictions and toxicity and entanglement in relationships. But also, depending on when this card comes out, it can also mean other things when it's combined with another energy or depending on the type of question I'm asking. And then, of course, in the reverse, if it comes out in the reverse, the devil card in the reverse can speak of self transformation, feeling like you need to kind of heal that toxic energy, and exploring a journey of self reflection and looking at your shadow self and things like that. But of course, tied to another card or a combination of cards, it can also be added more to that. So, if you're new to tarot and if you're interested in learning how to read tarot, I do actually offer a tarot reading course on my website and it is currently on sale. So if that's something you're interested in, you could always check out my website, MikaDivineSpiritualGuidance.com. And I'll also drop it into the chat for you. But yeah, my best advice if you're new to tarot and you're a tarot reading watcher, take the messages that are for you, leave the rest. These are collective readings, and that's why also a lot of tarot readers will tell you, be sure that you book a personal, because a personal is where we can, as tarot readers, can just kind of focus on one energy and not an energy as a collective and pinpoint specifically like the question you want to know about you and your situation, not looking at all the Scorpios and answering the question. So that's why I say it's always best with that. But tarot is very complex. It's a lot to learn. There's 78 tarot cards when you talk about the major arcana, minor arcana, and then you have your oracle cards, which also have other meanings. But it's really not just about reading the cards. It's also the imagery. It's also the imagery behind the cards, can be symbolisms for things as well, and help kind of like enhance the experience of a tarot reader's ability to interpret the energy and message coming through. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for your question. I always like to kind of, help people out navigate through things like that because it can be confusing, especially if you're new to tarot. But like I say, if you're interested, Scorpio, that's the information there where you can book a personal reading with me. Visiting my website again, it's MikaDivineSpiritualGuidance.com. Thank you guys so much for coming to the live. And don't forget to like the video and hit subscribe if you're new here, because every single month I do pick one lucky subscriber for a free personal tarot reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm headed off to do Sagittarius next. So if you want to join me, follow along. And be sure you check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs anytime you watch tarot, guys, because you never know. There can be some messages in those readings as well for you. All right, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Namaste.